Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Inside Scoop. My name is Neil Crawford. I'm the host of the show and also the founder of Anytime Soccer Training. I am going to do a quick demo on getting started for a parent who has a motivated daughter who is ready to be what we call a super user of the program. She is relatively young. I would not consider her a beginner, but we're going to start from the beginning in exactly the same way I use the program for my sons. So let's begin. So first, once we log on to the dashboard, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create two My Training session folders. So we're going to go down here and we're going to click My Training Sessions, and I want to create two folders. The first one is it'll be the child's name, but for now we're just going to put A's training session. And the next one is going to be A's after school rebounder. So my sons do two rebounder videos after school. You can make it anything after school. It could be ball mastery, whatever you want. And they know when they get home after school, they have their snack. They got to do 10 minutes of anytime soccer training. So we have those two folders set up. And the folders are ways for you guys to place videos inside of them. This is one way to use the program, and it's for our super users who want to create custom training plans, but also make it really easy because once they drop the videos in the folder, the kid is only going to that folder. Now, before we talk about creating those plans, let's really go over how the program is laid out so that you guys have full power to knock it out. The best way to think about it is it's 5,000 training videos that cover all the skill areas, and those training videos are organized into folders and programs. So weekly plans, quick sessions, 30-day plans, these are folders. You could go to a weekly plan and pin that week's plan to your calendar. That's one way of doing it. Not going to go into the details of all that for this demo. You could also do it for quick sessions, 30-day plans, whatever you want. You can always do that. But for our super users and people like me, we we prefer to go to the all programs area and build our sessions that we're going to do with our child. So within the all programs area, there's three different views, and we're going to add a couple more views to make it even easier for you guys. The first view is what we call the grid view, which shows you the skill area and then the programs that that skill area has. The other view is a list view, which is literally a list. So you could click the skill area and start drilling down to that program. That's another way to do it. And the player journey is literally a player journey saying, hey, do this module, do that module, do this module. And the modules, excuse me, include the programs. The player journey is a great one to use to pin videos to your folders as well. And we're constantly adding new modules each week. But for now, let's go back to the grid view. And let's remember, anytime soccer training is a tool that you're using to execute in-home technical training. And I say that because it's not like you're trying to figure out how to learn anytime soccer training. You're thinking about, okay, I want to train my child. What are the skill areas that they need to work on? And we've pretty much created a genome of unopposed technical training. So all kids need to work on ball mastery, juggling, dribbling, passing, turning, 1v1, finishing, and many need to do some fitness. It's fun for them. And you can also do a warm up for your older kids. So for your child, let's start with ball mastery. In the ball mastery program, well, the ball mastery skill area has over 11 programs, and those programs are organized by folders. So what we're going to do is we're going to pin the first videos in the 1000 touch ball mastery program. So we're going to do that. We're just going to click it and it's going to go to A's training session. Then we're going to go back and we're going to add a 2-cone ball mastery. Click this. We're going to add that. You don't have to do this. You could just do one, but hey, just want to show you how it works because some kids want that variation. It's really up to you guys. With my sons, we'll do 2 or 3 different ball mastery videos per training session. Then you're going to go to juggling. And you'll pick the skill level that you believe your child is at. But I strongly recommend that you start at the beginning and knock these out. And if your child has some experience, just do one of the thigh ones and then go to the kick and catch and do one, do it that way and mix it up. All right, so we did that. Then we're going to go to dribbling. And I'm going to throw in figure 8 dribbling, 2 cones, that's all you need. And that ties back to the ball mastery program. But in addition to the figure 8 dribbling, you can't go wrong with freestyle dribbling. So we're going to do a Ronaldinho freestyle dribbling. And it's going to go right foot, left foot, both feet, that kind of thing. Now remember, you can adapt these videos to your needs. These videos are 100% follow along. It's what we recommend. But for example, any of the dribbling drills, you can add finishing to it if you're outside. Then we're going to go to passing. And if you're working with your child, I recommend going with the partner passing part 1 if you're just starting. 1 touch right foot. And if you didn't grow up playing soccer like me, you can use your hands. Okay. Now, within the passing, you remember we talked about the wall passing after school rebounder. So I click passing, wall passing, and I'm going to do the 101 wall passing drills, and I'm going to pin. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to put it here. So for the after school rebounder, for your child, for this demo, I'm going to pin 5. So I'm going to pin the next 5. So you can pin them like this without hitting all. I said 5. This is 4, 6. So you can pin them all at once like this, but you have to remember to click the button save every time. Okay. So now we've set up the after school rebounder program for your child as well. And then you got to do turns, you got to do 1v1. I'm not going to throw all that in there, but I will throw 1v1 in here. Remember, the drills are set up to cover every conceivable 1v1 move you could possibly imagine, and it's tied to finishing as well. And you're not a slave to the technology. What I mean by that is you're going to see what we are trying to get the child to do. So in this case, we call it fake it takes. It's really body feints. And then you're going to help them do the body feints. And you can use our recommended setup, or you can use any setup you want. And they can do the body feints against you and finish as well. It's really up to you. And finishing. Let's just throw a finishing in there. Now, believe it or not, like when I first started working with my sons, I did a lot of rapid fire finishing because I wanted them to get a lot of shots on goal with their non-dominant foot, and of course their dominant foot. So this rapid fire finishing here is going to ask you just to hit the ball as many times as you can in the goal with your right foot. And then obviously the next one will be the left foot. Now that you got your program set up and you'll kind of make it how you want it, remember that my training sessions folders are right here and they have all the videos. And when you finish a video, this start button is going to turn green and turn into and have the button done. Now what is left is for you to pin this folder to your calendar. So with my sons, again, I know they know, we've been down this road before. They know, get home, have their snack. It's a routine. We've been doing it for 6 years. knock out your two rebounder videos. We don't have to talk about it. But again, I want them to have their own agency and autonomy. So I don't micromanage them on when they need to do it. I'm just like, look, you got 7 days to get this done. I just pin it to the calendar. And in this case, they got to get it done, in your case, by the 17th. When you pin it to your calendar and the due date is set, you're going to get an email telling you that it's done and it's going to be on your calendar. And you can go right here and also do it. And then when you complete it, you just hit complete and then it'll be in your completed section. Or if you want to remove it, you just hit the X. Now, every Monday, you can also, the reason you don't see anything yet is because you haven't done anything, but you can set up your weekly plan as well. And so what this is going to do is you sit down with your child and you say, okay, what do we want to work on this week? It gives you some prompts if you don't want to write anything. And then as the child works through it, you literally can plan it out and yeah, you can literally edit, excuse me, and plan out what you want them to do. And once they do it, it it has a status. Now you don't see it because you haven't done anything, but you'll see it once you start doing stuff. So let me show you really quickly what it looks like on my son's profile because he's been active with it. So again, we log in. I'm gonna log in as my son here, my younger son here. Go to this week. Hopefully it'll load. Takes a while. Whenever you're on Zoom, things take forever. Refresh. Okay, here we go. So here you can see that we set the weekly plan up for him and he was able to complete it. So what this does is not only do you have the structure of saying, hey, we want you to get it done by the end of the week in this case, but we also want them to be able to think through what does that look like in detail. And so this is what his week has consisted of. He completely blew out his goal. He did twice as much as he had set up, and I'm very proud of him here. And these are the things that he wanted to focus on this week. So then next week, on next Monday, Sunday night, we'll set out his goals again and hopefully he'll have a good week. And it's these baby micro habits that really um, help your players succeed. My name is Neil Crawford. I'm the founder of the program. I'm also the host of the Inside Scoop. I really want you guys to take advantage of it. I want you to remember that even if you dedicated 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week, more than likely your child will get more touches at home than the rest of the team combined. Don't have to overdo it at first. Just be consistent. And I'm telling you, if you're consistent with the program within 3 months, if you haven't been doing this before, somebody's going to ask you, who is your child's trainer? And if you have any questions, reach out to us and let's get better together.